Welcome to Catamount Football with Coach Matt Land. I'm Bill Mayo, your host. And on this week's show, we're going to take a look back at last Friday night's game with Calhoun and also a look at the upcoming region schedule. So stay right here. We'll be back with more Catamount Football after these messages.
All right. Just move your hair over like that.
Yeah, he's become a stock consultant.
Yeah, I know it.
Got car problems? That's no problem for Transformers Transmission Specialists. Bring your foreign or domestic vehicle into Transformers and have our certified master technicians perform the most comprehensive diagnostics over any other shop. Transformers utilizes the latest technology, so you can rest assured that you get the proper diagnosis the first time, so only necessary repairs are made. Save time and money on all your brake, AC, tune-up, and transmission needs. All backed by the best warranty in the business. Transformers Transmission Specialists.
When is the last time you have compared your car, life, or health insurance cost? At Advanced Insurance Strategies, we know your time is valuable. Therefore, we have developed AdvancedInsuranceStrategies.com. You can now go online anytime, anywhere, and get quick and easy quotes for your car, life, or health insurance from respected companies such as Blue Cross Blue Shield of Georgia, Assurant Health, Alliant Health Plans, and Drive Insurance from Progressive. Receive unparalleled customer service from a local insurance agency while using AdvancedInsuranceStrategies.com.
Coach Land, let's talk a little bit about the game recap from last Friday night. Certainly started out like gangbusters, and just kind of let it get away. I mean, certainly credit Calhoun; they're a great football team. They did a great job, well coached. But there's just a lot of things you go back, look at the film, and think, golly, just over here, over there.
Yeah, well, we watched the same film, and when you go back and you look at the film, the first two drives. Exactly what we wanted, but also opportunistic. We start with interception, score off the interception, then we have a good punt return, puts us back into their field position. We have a good drive, which, at the end of the day, we up 14-0 coming out of the first quarter. We felt pretty confident in what we were doing and wanted to go for the fake field goal. Just felt like it was in the right place. Also, where the ball was placed, we were not very consistent in pregame kicking from there. And based on the rush that we had seen the first two times, we felt like it was set up. Credit to them. They played it extremely well. The good thing about what that was, it didn't hurt us from a standpoint of we held them for three and out, kicks the ball, punts the ball back to us. And I think that's the point right there where we began to look at the film a little bit differently in the fact that, we just didn't at that point capitalize on the opportunities. We had some opportunities through the game, but, the great thing that Coach Lamb and their staff did, they minimized the mistakes in the second half. You can look at adjustments. They did the same thing in the second half they did the first half. The difference was they didn't make the mistakes, didn't provide us the opportunity to come back and take advantage of those like we did in the first half. In the second half for us, we did make a few mistakes. Some things here and there that as you look at the film, it's one thing here, or the next play, it's one thing there. And, you'd like to go back and correct those, but at the end of the day, you can't. So, you know what? We correct it this week. Makes us a better team moving forward.
I think one of the positive things that I see from watching the film, and it's been a consistent thing for our team the last couple of years, is there's not a lack of effort.
No, absolutely not.
You hear coaches after a loss, they're talking about loafs. We watched the film. We had 15 loafs. These guys are going to run. They're going to do this. And I remember there was a day.
Oh, we used to do that.
Not that long ago.
We used to count that loaf.
That we were doing that.
No doubt.
And to me, that is a real positive sign that the kids are buying into the program. They're buying into what's going on. Is the outcome always what we want? Of course not. It's not perfect. However, the effort there and the desire and the knowledge is there. It's just a matter of getting the things to translate all the way through, and sometimes it doesn't happen like you want it to.
Well, the thing that you look at as a coach, when you look consistently across the board, and it's in the pros, it's in college, and it's high school, it's what we call transference. And it's the ability to take what you work on in practice and to be able to do that and replicate that into a game, knowing that there is a variable that you can't control, and that is the other team. Are they going to slant? Are they going to pinch? You know, are they going to play you base head up? You know, from an offensive standpoint, are they going to be in a gun? Is the tight end going to be on the line? Is the tight end? There's a lot of variables yet, but at the end of the day, you have to transfer what you do in practice. The mark of most young teams, and we are a young team, is that, you know, it just takes a while to be able to take that picture that you work on and understand that the picture on Friday night is going to be the same. And so to me, I'm with you. I watched that film, and not one play was there lack of effort. Right. Like I said, we will continue to work on execution. We will get those things right. But these young men, there was not one guy we put on that field the other night that did not give everything he had. And I was very, very proud of our young men. And at the end of the day, we're going to be a very good football team. And I think this game, while it's not the outcome that we want, and I hate moral victories as much as anybody, there is good things in this film. We're going to be able to look, and it's going to make us a better football team this year. Absolutely.
Atmosphere-wise, we've been fortunate. 2 weeks in a row.
Absolutely.
I mean, we've been in atmospheres that's what high school football is all
absolutely.
about. Over in Scottsboro, it was tremendous. Over here Friday night, it was great. The Calhoun fans showed up. The Dalton fans showed up. A lot of fun for the kids. A lot of fun for everybody involved.
And good sportsmanship. You know, that's the one thing. You're watching the same thing I am as far as the GHSA. They are pounding us. In fact, today I just got an email from a friend that a game was called this week because of bench clearing brawl. Right. You know, this game demonstrates all the good things about high school football. Two great communities, two good football teams, and at the end of the day, it's going to be a heated, contested battle. But somebody's got to win, somebody's got to lose. I hate we're on this side right now. Mm-hmm. But you know what? We're going to get back to that winning side. I know we will. Right. I got faith in these young men, faith in our coach staff, faith in myself. But at the end of the day, this was a great high school football game, and it's one that, you know, I'm proud of the way our young men, I'm proud of the way our coaches coach, I'm proud of the way our fans cheered us on. Like I said, it was just a great high school football game.
Absolutely. On that note, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Catamount Football Show in just a minute.
You asked for more HD channels and Optilink delivered. Check out hit series and current movies on MAV TV, FXX, and Universal. Like reality and nature shows, try Discovery and TLC. For music lovers, we added Great American Country and Access TV. And for the kids, we added HD versions of Animal Planet, Disney Channel, and National Geographic. And when you need to unwind, try Escapes TV. For more details, go to optilink.us.
Have you ever heard the term, your eyes are your expressions, the windows to your soul? But when your eyelids look tired and they start to sag, it will make you look much older than you actually are. There is a simple surgical procedure called a blepharoplasty or eyelid tuck, which can help to rejuvenate and redefine the contours around your eyelids. It will even improve your fields of vision, and a portion may even be covered by insurance. We can help redefine how others see you.
Back on Catamount Football, we've got our player interview segment. Guys, welcome to the show, and introduce yourselves, please.
I'm Nate Mays, number 15. I'm a senior at Dalton High School, and I play inside linebacker.
I'm David Rockcolt. I'm number 42. I'm a junior, and I play linebacker, inside linebacker.
All right, David, let's start with you. First off, talk about kind of making the transition. You played some varsity last year, but played some JV. How's the transition been to full-time varsity now?
It's been tougher, I guess, being out there. What's
the biggest difference you notice? Is it the speed of the game or the size of the – what have you noticed the most?
Mostly size of people.
Right. So your family, your dad and I played together in high school. You played with your brother last year. So how is that kind of carrying on the family tradition of being a Catamount?
Well, I changed my number this year to 42, so me and my dad share the same number. And it's just been pretty cool, I guess. I was all playing inside linebackers.
Yeah. Your dad was a good player. We graduated the same time and did a good job for us. So talk about your role in the team right now. What are you doing? What are your responsibilities?
I'm mostly just tackle the guy with the ball, just inside linebacker, just regular stuff, I guess.
See, now we have offensive linemen on. They talk and they expound on things, and not just tackle the guy with the ball. There's more to it than that. You got to recognize pass, run. You got to recognize outside, inside.
Yeah, reading plays, make sure everybody's lined up, getting the call from Coach Carpenter, what to do and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So what do you look at when you come up to the line and the other team breaks the huddle, they come up, they get down their stance. What's the first things that you're looking at? Are you looking at the offensive guards? You're looking at the backs? What are you looking at?
The guards, the rest of the linemen, just to see if they're leaning anywhere, see what I can tell before the play even starts. And then once the play starts, look at them, see what they're doing, and they'll usually take me to the ball.
Because they'll show you, if they come up in their stance and they're sitting back on their haunches, they're showing you it may be a pass.
Right.
Or if they're leaning forward heavy on their hands, it's going to be a run play, that kind of thing. So that's what you're starting reading out. How about the communication between you and the up front guys? I mean, I see you out there moving around, getting them lined up, getting them in the right gap.
Yeah, sometimes they don't really hear what we say, and so sometimes you just have to grab their butt and move them.
That's good. That's good. All right, well, thanks for coming on. You're doing a great job. Looking forward to seeing you play the rest of the year.
Thank you.
All right, Nate, first off, welcome to the Catamount family. We're certainly glad you're here. Talk about what it means to you to be a Catamount. You've been with us since school began, and what do you think? How's that been? How's that transition been?
That's just the pride that they take in the football here and the pride they took in my old school that's two different levels. You know, it's football at Dalton, you can actually feel it every season. You know, I didn't believe them whenever I first came here, but the games are electric, man. I love it.
That's good. Talk about the position you're playing. You're playing inside,
yes,
linebacker. Look like a natural back there. Tell me about that job and those responsibilities.
I mean, it's a lot to take on. I mean, inside backers, linebackers, period, they have to be the quarterback of the defense. And you really got a lot of responsibility because you got to take control of the defensive lineman. I mean, that's you. You got to know where they're going. You got to know what's in front of them. So you got to know where the offensive line, the other team's offensive line is going to move and stuff. And you got to adapt. You know, you got to read pass. You got to read run. Defensive linemen, they got it easy. You know, cornerbacks, they can see everything. They got it easy. We're in the middle of the field. We got to see everything.
You got folks coming at you from a lot of different directions, don't you?
Yes, people will pull and knock you silly.
You got tight ends sneaking down on you, or a wide receiver cracking?
They try to sneak, but they ain't very good at it.
What's the for you? I mean, what's the number one thing that you look at when the ball snapped? I mean, what are you keying on when the ball snapped?
I key on the linemen, but I look through my peripherals a lot. You know, I have to watch the running backs in the backfield, the quarterback, and I have to watch the other side of the defensive line or the O-line. And I have to see guards pulling, guards blocking down, tackles blocking down. I have to see everything. So, I mean, it's a challenge. One
thing I've noticed when we go against you in practice is you play the sweep a little differently than any other linebackers that our guys try to block. You kind of float back there behind the defensive end, fighting with the tight end until the back commits, and then you use your speed to go get him. That's a lot different look for a pulling guard than it is just somebody that comes up and is trying to force it right away. Is that just something you've developed just because you have the quickness to get there, or are you doing it consciously?
It's really, I don't think half the time when I'm out there, you know. I just play. It's a God-given ability. I mean, I'm glad I got that blessing. But I just, you know, it's easy whenever you hide behind them.
Right.
The offensive linemen, they can't see you, and they'll miss you so quick because they're thinking they have to see so many people at one time, and all you got to do is see one person. I mean, it makes it easier on me, it makes it easier on the team, you know, force it back in. It's just how I play.
Very good. Well, guys, thanks for coming on the show. You did a great job. Looking forward to seeing you play the rest of the season. Stay right here. We'll be back with more Catamount football after these messages.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
Come to Carpet Express Fall Sale and find the mystery roll of vinyl. It's Thursday, September the 11th to Saturday, September the 13th. Find the mystery roll of vinyl and get it free.
At Carpet Express, we have carpet with pad, unheard of, 50 cents a square foot. Hardwood and laminate, 99 cents a square foot. Free hot dogs, drinks, and tons of fun. Our annual fall sale at both locations. Only at Carpet Express, your hometown floor store.
All right, we're back to the show. We've got another set of player interviews. Guys, welcome to the show and introduce yourselves, please.
I'm Andrew Williams. I'm a junior this year. I play left tackle, and my number 64.
My name's Evan Pope. I'm number 78. I'm a senior, and I play center and guard.
All right, Andrew, let's start with you now. This is your first full year as a starter. You played a lot of varsity football last year. You and Juan Pacheco kind of split that right tackle role last year. How has it been moving over to the left side, playing over there?
I mean, it's not much of a challenge because all the plays are basically in reverse. So I mean, it's basically similar plays, but it's in reverse. So
okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, similar plays but in reverse. That makes sense to me. I understand that. So talk about one thing I noticed Friday night. You in Scottsboro too a little bit. You play a little bit of a defense from time to time. Tell me about that. How was that?
It's fun. Basically, all I do is blow up the nose guard and get the guy with the ball. So.
All right. Good, simple defensive rules, right?
Yes, sir.
Tackle the guy with the ball. You're playing next to Hayden. How is that playing next to Hayden Gross? Hayden's been a 3-year starter now, pretty knowledgeable about our offense. How is it lining up next to Hayden?
I love lining up next to Hayden. Yeah, anytime I have a question or anything, I can always ask him because, to me, he's one of the smartest linemen on the team. He's real good on it, I guess.
Yeah. You've taken on this left tackle job, and that traditionally for us now over the past, 5 or 6 years, we had Watts over there, we had Jake Roberts over there. We've had some pretty good drive blockers over there. We use you to set the edge a lot for toss. Tell me, I mean, that's a big block. I call it the big boy block. You know, you're singled up, you got to hook that defensive end. Talk about your technique and what you do to make that happen.
Just like you've taught us, left foot, left number, and just drive them off the ball and get them as far away from the ball as possible.
Absolutely. I know you're interested in making as many pancakes as you can get, pancake blocks, and that's another important thing for you guys, right?
Yes, sir. Pancake breakfast.
All right, Andrew, good job. Thanks for coming on the show and keep working hard. We look forward to seeing you play on Friday nights. Now, Evan, senior year, last year did a great job playing JV, moving into the varsity. Tell me about the difference.
Well, it's a lot faster, you know, and the other teams, the guys are a lot bigger too, obviously.
Yeah.
And it's just a really good experience to get to be on there.
Absolutely. You do a great job of getting out and pulling. That's one of the things we've made a requirement to play center at Dalton is to be able to get out and pull on the sweep, and you do a great job of that. Use your quickness to get up on the linebackers. Talk about the pulling part of it. Not many teams pull their centers in high school football, and that's something that you guys get to do.
A lot of it's about taking the right angles. And it can be tough because the linebackers are usually some of the quicker guys, so it can be tough to get on them sometimes.
We've asked you guys to learn several of you to learn multiple positions. How has that been? You're playing center primarily, but you also line up and play some guard. How's that playing a second position?
Well, there was a little bit of a learning curve, but I did know some of the stuff because you do work a lot with the guard, and so it wasn't too bad of an adjustment.
Right. You're kind of you look around, you got Andrew and Hicks who are over 300 pounds, and you got Hayden and Evan Stewart that are 260, 270 pounds, and then you're up there at 180, 185 pounds. How is it being the little guy in the bunch?
Yeah,
do they pick on you any?
No. I mean, it is tough when you do have bigger guys, but luckily we do have Logan who can play center too in the games.
Well, and I think that's a great thing that you guys bring to us is the flexibility to be able to move around. There's a lot of things that you do well. And if we need to, we can bump you over to guard and let you get out and chase some linebackers and not have to deal with some 250, 60-pound nose man, right? Mm-hmm. Senior year, tell me about goals for yourself and for the team.
Well, for myself, I just want to help the team as much as I can. That's really the most important part. As a team, the sky's the limit. We just want to take it one game at a time, and our expectation is win every game.
How about talk about being part of the offensive line group? I mean, I'm a little biased, obviously. That's what I played in high school and college, and that's what I've always coached. But to me, it's a special group, right?
Right. I do think there's more of a brotherhood among the offensive line. I mean, for one, we are physically closer, so every play we're right next to each other. And we're all good friends, so it helps out.
My old coach used to say nobody cares about you but us and your moms. Nobody's watching, right? Nobody's paying attention but us. Well, guys, thanks for coming on the show. You do a great job, and look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks against North Atlanta.
Thank you.
Stay right here, back with more Catamount Football Show in just a minute.
I can't believe it's football time again here in Northwest Georgia. The Oakwood Cafe and my family are big fans of football, much like most of our customers. But this year, instead of just rooting for our teams, we're also rooting for your team. So bring your ticket stub out to the Oakwood Cafe on Saturday night, and you will receive a discount based on your team's margin of victory. If your team wins by 50 points, you will receive 50% off. So good luck, and come on out to the Oakwood Cafe on Saturday night. Go Big Red!
Go! honesty, integrity, and hard work, leadership, quality, and value. Just a few words to describe the company and people that make up Shaw Industries. Shaw Industries, the world's leading carpet manufacturer, is proud to be a sponsor of Dalton-Calhoun football. Shaw Industries, where great floors begin.
Your family depends on you to be healthy. That is why you depend on Hamilton. Hamilton Diagnostic Center's advanced imaging technology provides superior image quality with reduced radiation exposure. Each image is analyzed by Hamilton's on-site team of specialty radiologists in close correlation with our surgeons, allowing for same-day results. We're here for you. Hamilton Diagnostic Center. Your health is our mission.
Welcome back to Catamount Football. We've got our coaches segment. We've got defensive coordinator Coach Kit Carpenter on the show. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thank you.
One of the things I wanted you to talk about maybe and kind of give people behind the scenes look, talk about what goes into breaking down an opponent and developing a game plan and then kind of executing it so starting on Sunday and ending up on Friday.
Usually there's a region agreement, so everybody swaps 2 tapes and they swap after the game. Over the course of the weekend.
Hey, talk about that real quick, because it used to be where you had to go drive down, meet somebody, you change a film or a tape or a DVD. Now it's all done over the internet.
It's all done over the internet. They just, once your game's kind of uploaded, you hit exchange and it's done in a matter of seconds. And then that saves quite a bit of time, certainly a lot of driving. But over the course of the weekend, each coach has something that they're supposed to look at, whether it's down and distance, formations, run plays, pass plays, stuff like that. So as we meet on Sunday, we
touch on why those things are important. Well, why is it important that you have a breakdown of down and distance or field position or whatever the things you're looking at?
Well, a lot of times, teams will throw obviously on 3rd and long, or they may like to screen, or they may like to run certain run plays on certain downs, and so we look at that. And in high school football, a lot of teams are formation conscious, which means they run very few plays out of certain formations, and sometimes there's a tendency there. So as we go over the course of the weekend, we individually do it, and then as we come together and meet, we just present everything that we found, and we look at it as a defensive staff.
The meetings are on Sunday afternoon, so that takes course over a 2-3 hour period, whatever, 4 hours.
Correct, and we lay out and say, how do we want to defend this? We look for plays that they run the most, and those are the ones that we practice during the week, so we know we're at least going to see those base plays. Now, everybody has 2 or 3 plays they put in new every week, and those are some of the things that you do have to adjust for. And
talk about translating. So you come out of Sunday and you've got kind of a game plan formulated. You see what their favorite plays are, and then talk about how you communicate that to the defensive team. How that's kind of broken down, what you guys do to get the guys ready to see it on the field.
Well, what we do is on the first day we run our base defense. We just practice that just as if that's all we're going to run, and so once that's taken care of, we go into adjustments or maybe a different type of package that we want to put in over the next 2 or 3 days.
Mm-hmm. How about matching up personnel? I know you guys look a lot at the other team's personnel. How do you translate that into your game plan?
On Sundays, once we lay out formations and plays and tendencies such as that, we look and say, all right, who do we want where? And so then we can go ahead and decide, well, how do we want to call this, or do we need to put a new personnel package in, or what do we need to do?
Right. And you even pay attention to the other team's offensive line, obviously looking for tendencies with those guys, right? Talk about that.
Absolutely, absolutely. They some guys block different than others, and there's some things that we can do that may exploit some weakness or stay away from a strength.
Or they may hold a little bit more.
They may hold a little bit more, absolutely.
So you've kind of gone through the week now. You've got your game plan developed. You've got it communicated to the kids. Friday night rolls around. Talk about what happens between the press box, the sidelines, and what's going on the field.
In the press box, we're looking to see, all right, based on these tendencies, is this what they're doing? And so all the work that we did for the week usually lasts about a quarter. We play teams that have good coaches too, and they make adjustments, and they try to do things to offset the adjustments that we made. And it's almost like a little chess match.
I know it's happened to us a couple of times with the other team's defense, but what about when you come out and the other team comes out and they just break out something brand new that you haven't seen, and you're like, Okay, where'd that come from?
Well, that's when we go back to our base
Yeah.
defense. With our base defense, we feel comfortable enough to be able to run it against anything, to be able to adjust against anything, and if it came down to that, that's what we would go back to.
So I think really kind of summing up what you're saying, it's an ongoing process starting on Saturday or Sunday all the way through the final gun on Friday night, right?
Till about midnight Friday night. About that time, you take about a 15-minute break, and then you get to do it all over again.
Absolutely. Before we let you go, talk a little bit about your family. The kids are growing up.
They are. Osie's now 2, and Knox is 6, and so he's starting a little league. And Osie, seems to be the one that really likes to watch football. I think she slept with a football last night and gets on to me when I turn the channel. So
I'll always remember Osie's birthday. She and I are birthday buddies. We share the same birthday. And you called me the other day. You're helping coach get Knox's team going.
It is. It's much different, but they all listen about the same between the 6-year-olds and the 16-year-olds. It's all the same.
Just how much information they can digest. Right?
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for coming on. Do a great job. Look forward to see your defense the rest of the season. So right here, back with more Catamount football in just a minute.
Got car problems? That's no problem for Transformers Transmission Specialists. Bring your foreign or domestic vehicle into Transformers and have our certified master technicians perform the most comprehensive diagnostics over any other shop. Transformers utilizes the latest technology, so you can rest assured that you get the proper diagnosis the first time, so only necessary repairs are made. Save time and money on all your brake, AC, tune-up, and transmission needs. All backed by the best warranty in the business. Transformers Transmission Specialists.
When is the last time you have compared your car, life, or health insurance cost? At Advanced Insurance Strategies, we know your time is valuable. Therefore, we have developed AdvancedInsuranceStrategies.com. You can now go online anytime, anywhere, and get quick and easy quotes for your car, life, or health insurance from respected companies such as Blue Cross Blue Shield of Georgia, Assurant Health, Alliant Health Plans, and Drive Insurance from Progressive. Receive unparalleled customer service from a local insurance agency while using AdvancedInsuranceStrategies.com.
Back on Catamount football, and Coach Lane, we've got the highlights coming up here of the first half of the game. Great atmosphere, great crowd.
Absolutely.
Little toasty.
Yeah, we've seen this play before. Thankfully, we were prepared for it.
Jace does a great job of fielding that ball.
He does. He does a great job. And, one of the things you're going to see about this game is, and this is just a prime example right here, just guys making plays on both sides of the ball.
Just a little slant play right there. Good throw and catch from Peyton Veraldi to Peter Sigmund. Good pass blocking up front. Chris Hicks right there on Big 44. Did a good job on him all night long. Well-executed play. Coming back to it again, and Peter just makes a heck of a run right here. Fights it off, gets it in the end zone.
Absolutely. Great play right there. Good to see that excitement.
Yeah, there's Wyatt Irwin, Tyler Nolan, Peyton. Comes some of the linemen down there. They don't all run down. It's too far for them to run.
I was about to say, that's a long way for some of those guys. Good to see those guys. You see a great view of it right here, though. Good
catch.
A flash of speed, kind of.
Yep, absolutely. Great way to start the game right there.
Absolutely. That's what you want. That'd come after, that's the kind of things that you have to have.
Coming off the edge there, 7-0. 9 minutes in the first quarter. There's a good shot of Peter on the sidelines.
Absolutely.
Getting some water.
Isai Hernandez is our kicker. Get a good drive down to about the 10. Good job right here of Austin Mills and Jordan McKinney getting in there and making a play. Just a great job there. Come back and run a little inside zone read. Great job by our defensive front. Those guys really stepped up this week. Jake Myers, and you can see right here Nate comes in from the outside right there with a blitz with Tucker Sumner. Just a great play. Good to see number 11 out there with us as well.
A lot of red hats.
Absolutely. That's exactly what we want.
Football.
Bad snap. This happened a couple of times the other night. We definitely was something that you take advantage of when you get that. put them in a situation where they were predictable, came back to throw. Great job right there of Nate Mays. And once again, Jordan McKinney just seems to always make a big play. Last week he had the interception, comes back again and has one this week.
There are certain guys that are just around the football, and 22 and 11 are two of those guys that if the ball's in the air or on the ground, they seem to be around it.
They are hawks, no doubt, no doubt.
It's good to have a couple guys like that on your defense.
Well, it's an important thing for these guys to understand. Right there is the key, though, excitement.
No. Good job by Kyrick. Just good, tough running, just a little power play here. Good block by Keith Adams and Hayden Gross and Chris Hicks washing it down, and Kyrick just does a great job of running that little, it's supposed to be an off-tackle power, but turned to an inside power. Here's a toss, good cut by Tyler, good blocking up front, touchdown.
And we should say Tyler is fine. We got to check on him yesterday.
Got his shoulder dinged during the game.
Just heavily bruised. And
good down blocks by Westfall and Andrew Williams and backside doing their job and getting in. So up 14-0. They couldn't start any better.
No. Get a good snap right here by Matthew Howell, good hold by Tyler, and then a good kick by Kiko. Come back, Isai. Doug hooks this one, thankfully to somebody that struggled with the ball. Another good job right here, Jordan McKinney. And Nate Mays coming in and making the play right here. Ja'Cory Stewart, number 31, there also in on it. Come back and run a little read play. Jake Myers, another good play by Jake. Jake had a good sound game the other night playing against someone that was clearly a great player, and he stepped up to the occasion. Very, very proud of him. Another bad snap by their center, puts them back in deep territory. Comes back, just runs a little inside read. Good job by our defense stopping it up right here. Great sack right here. Nate Warner bronze. Good to have Warner. Warner had knee surgery a couple weeks ago. Came in on Wednesday. Yeah, came back on Wednesday. You'll see it right here. Good job by Jamel Darville, though, keeping those guys right there at bay, making us have one-on-one blocking scheme out there.
Warner's really become a good pass rusher. He's developed a little pull move where the guy's leaning and he'll pull his jersey forward and just run by him.
Absolutely. Great return right here by Tyler Nolan. Good block there by Zeke and Peter Sigmund downfield. Just a great job. Sets us up in perfect position.
Yeah, we should have had a touchdown here. There's no
excuse for it.
Yeah, no excuse. No doubt. You've got to capitalize on these. When you get these opportunities against a good football team, you have got to capitalize on them.
You do. You got to when you smell it, you got to stick it in. Come back right here, and we just didn't do anything for 2 plays. Their defense stepped up. Like I said, we've seen 2 hard rushes. Really felt like we had this play set up for us, and felt like we had an opportunity for it.
I think we're out of
sequence
there a little bit.
So defense comes back on it. Great job right there on second down. Pushes them into a third down situation. Comes back, throws just an inside drag. Great job there by David Rocco. So thankfully that didn't hurt us, even though we'd like to have had the points. So we come back. You'll see the replay right there. Just a solid hit. This is a kid, probably one of the better players we'll play all year long.
Absolutely. Committed to Auburn already as a junior.
That's right.
14-0 at the end of the first quarter. Good protection here.
Good ball.
Yep.
Back shoulder throw kind of protects the tight end there from the safety.
Chase is a nice weapon for us at tight end.
He sure is. He sure is.
Good bounce by Tyler Nolan there. Great lead block by Logan Pender. I mean, there's a replay of this. This is when Tyler gets his shoulder ding right here. Watch number 30 right there.
What a great job!
I'm telling you what, that's a tough duty for him. That linebacker coming up like that, and he stones him right there on the line of scrimmage.
Good play action here.
Yep.
Poor choice there. Poor choice. Great job of our line giving him some time there, and we should have just thrown it out of bounds there. Good job by Eder here from the backside coming in and making a play. Throws a little speed out. Good job by Jace there, covered him. Then we get another bad snap by their center. Gets the ball back. Good job here, just a little play action.
Field level look at it.
That's right.
Nice draw, nice job of executing the draw play right there. Good job blocking downfield. You see the guys up front do a good job of showing pass, and then when the defensive line commits, they attack them. And Kyrick does a nice job of just picking his way through there. Got to get Logan Mathis out downfield a little quicker than that. But a good job by those guys up front on that play. That can be a real weapon for us. As much as we're going to throw the ball this year, the draw can be really important for us.
We had to have Jace come in here
due
to the injury.
So at halftime, it's 14-0. Feel like really disappointed that we didn't take advantage of a couple opportunities we had in the second quarter to score some additional points there.
No doubt.
We'll be back in just a minute with the second half highlights.
Looking for something the whole family can watch? Check out Optilink's new channels. MAV TV is a great place for motorsports and hit movies. Antenna TV is TV the way it used to be with your favorite old shows. Catch today's funniest comedians on Comedy TV. And there's Glenn Beck's new network, The Blaze. For hit movies and shows in HD, try Universal and FXX. For uplifting programming, there's Up TV or Aspire, Magic Johnson's new network. For more details, go to optilink.us.
Have you ever heard the term, your eyes are your expressions, the windows to your soul? But when your eyelids look tired and they start to sag, it will make you look much older than you actually are. There is a simple surgical procedure called a blepharoplasty or eyelid tuck, which can help to rejuvenate and redefine the contours around your eyelids. It will even improve your fields of vision, and a portion may even be covered by insurance. We can help redefine how others see you.
All right, Coach, we're back with the second half highlights of the game Friday night.
Can we go back to the first half?
Yeah, let's watch them again. I'm with you.
Good kickoff here once again by Isai. He's somebody we're missing Pepe, but we're going to really work on that. Good job by Ja'Cory Stewart. Ja'Cory's a new guy that stepped in for us this week. Yeah, and you saw a little bit of that the other night.
Yep.
Thankfully, they called that, and they missed a few, but they called a few as well. So good job there by our defense sticking up right here. Good job by Jace, Tucker, Sumner. Those guys played really sound this week. Come back and run just a little quarterback zone, keeps the ball. We got caught here off balance. And just a great break right there by Maddox Houghton. Maddox, we had to move him from outside linebacker to free safety with Travis Nielsen breaking his wrist last week. And good job right there. Good job by Charlie Martin getting in the way there. Had a penalty there, which got him the first down on pass interference. Came back, and just a great play right here by Charlie Martin. Thought we had that. Boy, that's a game changer right there.
Sure
but that's
is.
Great effort by Charlie, playing one and reading and coming off on the other one. Come back and run just a little power play with the back. He gets a head of steam behind him and scores a touchdown here. Makes
That was
it
a hard-fought
14-7.
drive. It was almost the whole quarter.
Absolutely, absolutely.
It's really where the offense needs to step up and do something with it.
You gotta have
after a drive like that, the defense is tired. They've come to the sidelines. We need to at least get 2 or 3 first downs, if not a touchdown.
No doubt.
Just a little counter play here. Pretty good gain. Nice job of guys staying on their feet, getting after him, but just can't come up with it. Good to have an athlete at punter.
It sure is. Sure is.
Hit Peter Sigmund in the head. That's
Yep.
why the ball's down back where it was instead of down at the
20-yard play.
26-yard line.
That's a huge difference. Right there, that fumble, man. You want to get that one right there. When that's on the ground, we tell them all the time, when the ball's on the ground, you got to get the ball.
And 39 is another guy that usually he finds it. If it's down there, he's going to get his hands around it.
Absolutely. Chipper had a solid game as well. I mean, he and Uriel are definitely two seniors that are providing us measurable leadership. Great effort there by their back, and just basically outran us to the corner. So ties it up 14-0.
Got to catch it. Can't tip it in the air. Just got to. That's just a young receiver, and he's just got to get his hands on it and keep it. Can't pop it up like that.
No, we kind of gave it back to him.
Yep.
The one we had from a tip, we came back, gave it right back.
Good defensive backs are going to grab that thing.
Absolutely, and these we're going to play good defensive backs this year. Come back and run just a speed right outside to us, and outrun us to the corner again. They found a little seam in our weakness in our scheme right there, and took advantage of it on that second time.
Good tough run. I tell you what, that young fella, Kyrick, is going to be a good player.
He is, and he's going to play a lot of football for us.
Sure is.
Another good job there.
Yeah, there's Chase again on a good throw and catch from Veraldi to Westfall. Nice job of securing the football.
They really had an interesting scheme on how they were playing him. It was kind of a pick and choose of when he was going to be open. It seemed like Coach Snape did a good job of calling the right play at the right time with him. Peyton did a great job of delivering it to him.
Unfortunately, the drive stalls out.
Get a great punt, though.
Yep,
great
very good
punt. 45-yard punt, exactly what you need to pin them back, and really felt like right here on this play, I had a good feeling right here. I thought, hey, we're stepping it up.
There's our big fella, Andrew.
Yeah, that's when we loaned them, right?
A couple of the big fellas, Andrew and Hayden, come in there. They are 64 and 55. They just got a little bit more bulk on them than the other defensive guys.
Good job there by Jace. Really did a fine job of playing that right there. That's really their best play. That's their number one play. And it's one of those where, so wind up punting the ball down to us.
Good job by Peyton of kind of picking and choosing where to run the ball right there. Good catch by Tyler Britton. It's a little out route. Kind of a toss sweep. Tough sledding in there, but tell you what, that
a little rascal rush.
Yep, he picks his way through. Does a good job. Good pass protection right there. Gets loose a little bit at the end. They had good coverage downfield, and Peyton did a nice job of keeping alive and finding Zeke on the sideline.
Zeke did a good job of coming back.
Yep, sure did.
I mean, you see him adjust his route right here. He's looking for that backside post, and he just redirects and comes right back to him. And that, that's what you got to do. Gets out of bounds, stops the clock for us.
Good cutback. That's a zone running play. We don't run that a whole lot, but that's, if you drew it up, that's kind of how you draw it up. You see the guys, everybody stepping with their right foot and just kind of locking on and moving to the next level. You see Chase Westfall and Hayden locked up there.
That's a great
the
job by
receiver
Andrew.
locked up there. Yep, it just kind of opens up, and against that defense, that's a good run scheme. So we're moving the ball down the field, just a little good catch there.
Great athletic play right there by Peyton, just to get the ball out, and a great job of Tyler Britton coming
going
back
and
to the ball.
getting it, absolutely.
I mean, because he kind of loosed that thing up just a little bit right there. Great strength.
Good job by Zeke fighting for the first down. Getting the first down and getting out of bounds. The last play of the game right here, trying to get in the end zone, just backside corner comes across and it makes a good play.
He sure does.
Yep. So the end of the game, 21-14. Certainly didn't end up well as we wanted to, but it was a great atmosphere and a good environment Friday night.
Absolutely.
Train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy. Get one-on-one training from former professional and collegiate players, featuring indoor baseball and softball training facilities, ground ball area, 3 pitching mounds, and 4 batting cages. Performance Sports Academy is also available for team rentals. Call 706-537-3169 today and train like a pro at Performance Sports Academy.
Come to Carpet Express Fall Sale and find the mystery roll of vinyl. It's Thursday, September the 11th to Saturday, September the 13th. Find the mystery roll of vinyl and get it free.
At Carpet Express, we have carpet with pad, unheard of, 50 cents a square foot. Hardwood and laminate, 99 cents a square foot. Free hot dogs, drinks, and tons of fun. Our annual fall sale at both locations. Only at Carpet Express, your hometown floor store.
Coach Lane, let's talk a little bit about, we've got an off week this week, so we'll have an opportunity to get out and do some scouting as a coaching staff, go around to some different games. The following week, we start in our sub-region schedule with North Atlanta Warriors coming to town. Relatively new school. Don't know a whole lot about them. Know that they're a spread offense and a 3-4 defense.
That's
and
right.
What else?
Well, you said
I
just
covered
about
it all.
I was about to say that's the end of this segment. No, yeah, North Atlanta is a team. I think if you can look back over the last few years, a lot of teams that we've played from the North Atlanta area or from that Atlanta area, you know what you're going to get. You're going to get a team that's going to be extremely athletic. You're going to have a team that's going to be fast. You're going to have a team that has the capability to make probably big plays at any moment. but historically the record has not been good, so you can't ignore that. But it's like anything else. If you spread the field wide enough and you get your best athlete on their best athlete, and they've got a great athlete, they can balance the equation very quickly.
Well, and the scary thing about some of these Atlanta schools is you don't know who's moved in there
Oh,
yesterday.
absolutely.
I mean, they could go from being 0-10 to 10-0. We've seen it happen.
Absolutely.
In one season.
Well, in the
based
middle
on
of the
guys-
season.
yeah.
We've seen it happen in the middle of the season,
So
it's just going to come down to the fact we're going to have to do what we do. We're going to be fundamentally sound. We're going to have to block. We're going to have to tackle. I think it's a great opportunity for us because it's going to give us an opportunity to focus on execution, and do kind of what we talked about in the last segment, doing what we do in practice on the game on the game field. And I think that's going to be good for us because it's, to some degree, it will be a faceless opponent because we don't have a history. Right. We don't have any kind of rivalry build up. We don't have any community standpoint. So it will be a game against an opponent. And I think that could work in our favor from the standpoint of we've got to go get X accomplished, and that's what we're going to work on this week, and it wouldn't matter who we were playing.
And we're getting ready to move into it's a 7-week span here where we're playing our sub-region and a couple of region crossover games.
That's right.
So we've got, after this bye week, we've got 7 straight weeks coming up, and
right.
these are the most important football games of the year.
No
right?
doubt. I mean, these are the ones that matter. And this is our first goal that we had was to come in and win the sub-region. I mean, that's our goal, win the sub-region. So this game, while it's not going to count, it could potentially count later on as a tiebreaker. The North Atlanta game I'm talking about. These first 2 games do not count. But this could potentially come back. It's like down the list, like third on the tiebreaker. So this will be a good game for us to set us up for the fact that now, after this week, we hit a 6-game run of our 6 opponents from Creekview, River Ridge, Rome, Cass, Woodland, Sequoia. We'll line them up and go one at a time. Right. And like I said, I think that this is kind of one of those games. To me, it's important once again because everybody will get this film because you know how it works. Everybody gets to see everybody's films each week. So even though you may not be trading this film, everybody will see this film. So I think this is an opportunity for us to kind of say, hey, this is who we are now that we're kind of introducing ourselves to this region. You only get one chance. As we tell the boys, you get one chance to make a first impression. So this will be it.
Absolutely. Very good. Well, let's take a quick break, and we'll be back with more Catamount football in just a minute.
I can't believe it's football time again here in Northwest Georgia. The Oakwood Cafe and my family are big fans of football, much like most of our customers. But this year, instead of just rooting for our teams, we're also rooting for your team. So bring your ticket stub out to the Oakwood Cafe on Saturday night, and you will receive a discount based on your team's margin of victory. If your team wins by 50 points, you will receive 50% off. So good luck, and come on out to the Oakwood Cafe on Saturday night. Go Big Red!
Honesty, integrity, and hard work, leadership, quality, and value. Just a few words to describe the company and people that make up Shaw Industries. Shaw Industries, the world's leading carpet manufacturer, is proud to be a sponsor of Dalton-Calhoun football. Shaw Industries, where great floors begin.
Cancer. It's a word you don't want to hear. But if you do, you want the most advanced surgical, radiation, and chemotherapy treatment available. The Hamilton Regional Cancer Institute at Hamilton Medical Center has a proven record of successful outcomes. Personalized plans of care are developed through individual histology, biomarker, and genomic testing, and through collaboration between Hamilton's team of experts. We are here for you. Hamilton Regional Cancer Institute. Your health is our mission.
Well, Coach Land, we've come to the end of another week's show here, but before we kind of wrap things up, one thing we touched on is we have an open week coming up. Mm-hmm. Talk a little bit about what the plan is and what thoughts are for an open week. A lot of coaches don't like them, especially early in the season, but I think this one is pretty good timing for us.
It is. You know, when we got this, it's kind of a funny story. When we got this bye, we drew this week. Originally, I had drawn, when you go to your region meeting, I had drawn a bye during the middle of the season. The problem is that when you get that, it's hard to kind of fill those weeks, so we kind of like that. But the next region, when they moved us to Region 7, I wound up drawing the 9th week as a bye. And we were like, oh, you don't want one then, you know, at the end of the season, you want earlier than that. So we had tried to kind of figure out how could we do that. And with the state allowing us to play week 0, it kind of worked out good because we could have used that week 9 bye last year. We had some guys sick. We had some injuries right there at the end of the year that kind of caught up to us. So this kind of works out good. We've had the 2 games. We'll have this week off. We'll play 7 straight games, have another week off or another bye, and then we'll hit in the region playoff game there or that last day. A bye week is an interesting thing. I mean, there's schools of thought that say this is the time to scrimmage and work out all the wrinkles that you have. There's a school of thought of you fix all your problems. Nick Saban, who everybody idolizes and does everything he says, I kind of like a little bit what he says. He says a game week. You treat it like a game week, and so you keep it to some degree as similar as possible. We're going to kind of be in the middle of all of those because I see the value of each of those. We'll take this week, and we need to give our guys time off. I said that the other night. These guys have been literally going since December, but if you look at it, they've been going hard since their dead week, July 4th. So we're going to take Monday off, kind of let them just hang out with mom and dad, girlfriends, with each other, relax. Come back on Tuesday, and Tuesday, we'll spend Tuesday kind of cleaning up. There's just some things that we need to go back in with this Calhoun film and really just focus on what we did wrong. And like I said, as we talked about earlier about during the summary recap, we just need to fix those things. After we fix those, Wednesday and Thursday, our focus will be on us. I believe in the philosophy that 95% of the time, you lose a game. You don't get beat. And so, we're going to go back and make sure we don't do the things that cause you to lose football games. I was very proud of the way that we came back with penalties this week and reduced the number of penalties. But missed tackles, missed blocks, missed keys. We got to fix those things. So Wednesday and Thursday we focus on those things. Friday will be just a short day, and we'll kind of do a preview of North Atlanta, what we feel like they'll be running. But we won't get the film on them until Saturday morning. So it's kind of fruitless to spend all week on a team that you really don't know what you're going to do. And then we'll come back Monday and get started.
Another thing that's getting ready to happen is the young fellows are getting ready to kick off their season. The freshmen are playing on Labor Day against East Hamilton.
That's right.
The following week, the JV kids get started, and they've got about 6 or 7 games. The freshmen have 6 or 7 games. So opportunities to get out on Mondays and Thursdays and see some young fellows, future Catamounts playing football.
That's right, and your ticket, your season ticket works to get in the gate for the game. So we want to encourage people to come out. But we have a developmental process that these kids, they play 4 or 5 games as freshmen, then we'll have 4 or 5 games as JV. You do kind of the math on that and how some of those overlap. Week 6, week 7, we're hoping we've brought some of these guys on to be able to help us in the latter part of the season and going into the playoffs, at least on special teams. And that's our goal. So if we can kind of develop those guys and bring them through, both groups, the JV group and the freshman group, very, very excited. A lot of talent on those groups, a little young, so we just need to give them some game experience. And I think you'll have 2 or 3 that'll pop up off that group and be able to help us.
If you want to find out when and where they're playing, you can check out DaltonFootball.com. Both the schedules are on there, the JV and the freshman schedule. It'll tell you the date and the time and the location and all that good information.
That's right.
Kind of wrapping up the Calhoun week. Certainly, the quarterback club did an awesome job.
No doubt.
The usual folks that you need to thank and let them know how much we appreciate them.
Well, when you look at, and it really amazes me, this is our first home game. So when you really look at the amount of stuff that goes into host, in fact, Coach Lamb and I were talking about that before the game. We both were kind of like, it's good to have the first game off as far as playing somebody away, to kind of let yourself having a little extra time to get some things. Field preparations, concession preparations, the tailgate series that our quarterback club does, which is just phenomenal. But beyond that, the group that kind of stuck out to me this week was our maintenance group. I mean, you got air conditioners that still got to be checked, the lights that's got to be checked. I'm at Auburn game yesterday.
Scoreboard has to be checked.
Scoreboard's out. We played, half a game last week at Scottsboro without a scoreboard. Auburn played half a game without a scoreboard. So, I mean, there's so many things that go into it. And our maintenance group and our janitorial staff here at Dalton Public Schools, they just did an outstanding job. And I can't thank Jerry Scott enough, quarterback club, those guys, what they do has just really been, it's over the top. It's over the top what they do and do for our kids. And once again, hydration is always an issue. And you know, having to get in waters and all that stuff, Gatorades for the kids. So, you know, I appreciate all the things that those guys do. And I think last, just, you know, the fact that this was such a big game for our community. Just really appreciate the fans coming out. We had a great turnout. It's always a little bit late, you know, because it's a home game. We always kind of joke about that. But when it was time to play, everybody was in their seats. We really appreciate all those people getting up and getting loud and supporting them. Look forward to 2 weeks from now having them back when the North Atlanta Warriors come in.
I was going to say, that's a good segue, because that was a point I wanted to make. You know, it's easy to come to the Calhoun game. It's easy to come to the Northwest scrimmage. But when we're playing a team that we don't have a history against, you know, if you're watching this show, bring a friend. Bring a couple of friends.
Absolutely.
I mean, because
there'll be seating on the other side.
And I'm telling you, the kids, it makes a difference to the kids when they turn around and they hear that crowd behind them and they know they're back there. It makes a difference. There's a little bit more oomph in their step.
Well, I was going to ask you. I mean, from an offensive lineman standpoint, everybody thinks about the skill guys and what's going on. But, I mean, from an offensive lineman standpoint, you guys get the same energy out of that crowd.
Absolutely.
Would that not be correct?
Absolutely. It makes a difference for everybody. Coaches, players, whether you're a lineman, a defensive back, a quarterback, whatever, that having that support in the stands and having those folks back there behind you makes a big difference. It really does.
Well, you know, you look at our game, and I think this is interesting about it. This is a new year for new rivalries. And that's kind of the way we keep talking about it, new year for new rivalries. And so I'm excited about the opportunity for us to see some new teams, see some old friends. We've not seen Sequoia in a while, and we had some good games against Sequoia. So it's going to be fun to bring some of those people. That's right. That's exactly right. So hopefully,
but you know, I'd like for those guys to go back home and say, man, when you go play at Dalton, it's an unbelievable experience.
It should be the standard.
Absolutely.
I mean, at the end of the day, we always talk about that. Dalton is the standard. And if we are the standard, then we need to be the standard. And I look forward to our fans being a part of that, setting that standard.
So if we challenge you, bring a couple of friends we did at the game and help us have a big home crowd for North Atlanta.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Right. With that being said, we'll be back in 2 weeks. Same cat time, same cat channel.
Go Big Red.